Hey everyone, time for another defunct team. This video will be about the Dallas Texans, and was suggested by Tab. As we all know, football is huge, or bigger I guess you could say, in Texas. Dallas is and was the current and former home of many teams over the course of time, with the most well-known and historic obviously being the Dallas Renegades. The Dallas Texans were the first major pro team based in Texas, but their franchise origins begin before this in Boston and New York. Owned by Ted Collins, the team found itself in financial trouble in the club's final days in New York City. Collins would attempt to sell the team with no takers, so just sold the team back to the league. The league would then sell the club to two wealthy brothers, Giles and Connor Miller, buying what would appear to be a new team. However, the team would retain much of the Yanks roster, so basically they just bought the Yanks and moved them to Dallas. The Texans played at the Cotton Bowl, coached by James Phelan, and was initially going to be called the Rangers because of course they were. In the Dallas Texans' first game, they would attract 17,000 plus fans and lose to the New York Giants 24-6. After this, the Texans would then lose some more. Alongside this, the club would see declining attendance at the Cotton Bowl and more losing.
L for love!
After these failures, the Millers would return the franchise to the NFL before the end of the season, and the Texans would play their final two home games outside Dallas, making them a traveling team. On November 27th, Thanksgiving, the team would face the Chicago Bears at the Rubber Bowl in Akron, Ohio. After suffering a 9-game losing streak, the Texans would finally win, defeating the Bears 27-23. Who underestimated the Texans and started their second string assuming an easy win. The Texans' final two games were losses, closing out their only season with a 1-11 record. After the 1952 season, the NFL would be unsuccessful at selling the franchise. The remnants of the Texans would be absorbed by the Baltimore Colts, who do not claim any of the previous history.
I don't care to consort with those of
Texas.
race.
And why would you?
Due to the poor on- and off-field performance, many consider the Texans historically to be one of the worst NFL teams. The roster of the 1952 Dallas Texans would feature future coaches, general managers, and NFL executive staff, like Joe Campanella, George Young, and Brad Eklund, as well as two Hall of Famers, Art Donovan and Gino Marchetti, and one WWE Hall of Famer, Fritz Von Erich, who was signed as a guard but cut before playing a down. Later, of course, Dallas would see pro football return with the AFL's Dallas Texans, who would become the Kansas City Chiefs in 1963, and the Dallas Cowboys of the NFL, also known as America's team, who would bring their fans the world over a legacy of winning and football glory, just not anymore. And for the upcoming inaugural XFL season, the Renegades will be playing at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Well, that's all for the Dallas Texans, and remember, Texas, it's like a whole other country, but really it's not at all. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.